Hey everybody, welcome to our channel, Kono Pro. In this video, we're going to be checking out this Ryobi 3-inch by 18-inch belt sander, corded portable belt sander. Okay, and it's a 6 amp belt sander. So we're going to try this out because this is not a belt sander I typically would use. But I wanted to grab it off the shelf. It was really cheap. I wanted to see how good this thing actually worked. And if it worked good, then I'll let you all know. Then that way you can save some money getting something a little cheaper. Personally, I like to invest in quality tools. So I personally wouldn't buy this for my personal tools. But this is just something I just wanted to check out for you all, homeowners, DIYers. So first off, I take it out of the packaging and I notice it feels real lightweight, almost like a toy, not even like a real tool. And the typical belt sander I use is a Makita, and that's a 3-inch by 21-inch belt, and it's an 8.8 amp, so it's a little bit more, of a heavier duty belt sander. This is only a 6 amp, so I'm curious to see how good it's actually going to sand and if there's any power behind it. But just first off, once I take it out of the box, it feels a little flimsy, feels a little light, feels like a Ryobi. Hopefully it works good, because then, hey, you all can get one. But I'm going to probably end up returning this and getting some more replacement belts for my Makita, and I'll be happy sanding with that. But for now, let's check this thing out. So what I'm going to do here in a second is I'm going to test it on these tails here. These are some rafter tails for a patio cover that I made. And I like to belt sand the end of the rafter tails. They're always my roughest cut, and I like to bevel the edges and smooth off my rafter tails so they're a nice smooth edge when I paint them. So that always tells me if the belt sander works good. So my initial thought once I start using it is, yes, it's definitely a Ryobi. So the 6 amps, you could tell there's not a lot of power behind it, and it doesn't really feel like a professional tool when you're using it. It does sand. That being said, if you're going to use this for some, homeowner projects or once in a while, and you're going to put this in your toolbox and barely ever use it, then this might be the belt sander for you. I did have some issues when I first pulled out of the box, and I had to make some adjustments to make sure that the belt stayed center on the belt sander. But once I did that, it worked okay. And you can see here, it's actually taken off some of the wood and actually working somewhat. So that was actually really good. But like I say, when you're using this tool, it feels a little bit, soft. It feels weak. It doesn't feel strong. And for me as a contractor, as a general contractor, I like to turn around jobs quickly, professionally, and efficiently. So I need to have tools that actually perform at high peak performance. They'll get the job done really quick and fast for me, so that way I can make as much money and save time on the job. I mean, this is the business that I'm in. So this tool I would never use again, because it does take a while to actually get a nice smooth edge. If I pulled out my Makita 8.8 amp 4-inch by 21-inch belt sander, it would take care of this really quickly, probably 1 minute per tail versus 2 or 3 minutes that I spend on it per tail. So that being said, the belt sander's cool, and it's okay for all you homeowners out there, or people who are just trying to get into this woodworking stuff and need some tools. But it's definitely not professional. Does it belong on a professional job site? No. And the only reason it was on this one is because I was testing it out for you all. So that being said, hook me up a thumbs up, and remember, subscribe if you haven't, alright? And share this video with anybody that's thinking about buying a Ryobi corded belt sander. But as you can see here, the tails came out okay. The sanding was a little rough. It didn't do as good as I wanted to do, but it did okay. But you can see how the tails are before I even sand. Look how rough they are, and they came out okay. Alright, well, I hope this video helped you all out, and if so, remember, hit that like button for us and subscribe and like for more content. Kono Pro out.